מה אני אמור לעשות? אפשר
Hi,
לשרוף
hi,
את
hi.
Hi, what's going
Welcome.
on?
Yeah, welcome to another episode of the WolfCast.
WolfCast,
Today we
okay.
have someone extremely special that I've known for years. It's currently focused on the search arbitrage space. We both live in Tel Aviv at the moment. He travels a little bit more than me. And Sami, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Sami. Like he's saying, I'm a search arbitrage consultant. As a business, I go into large companies and launch search-related projects. This is what I do. And yeah, we know each other for a long time. We had a couple of ventures together, but in very short, this is what it is. Currently,
Yeah.
Tel Aviv.
Yeah,
Yeah, happy to
definitely.
be here.
We had some drives from in Milan and and experiences speaking at some events together. So I mean, the purpose of this episode is I saw a lot of people coming to my channel after searching for search arbitrage, and I
Uh-huh.
think that first of all you have better connections than I, and you have more knowledge in this space than I do probably. So just to refine, because it took me time to understand what a search arbitrage consultant is, what I understood that you do is if someone either has issues with their operation or wants to set up an operation, you come in and you give them the full A to Z 360 package. So that means introducing him to the feeds, helping him set up his team, recruit, get the campaigns going, help with the technology, the whole thing, everything that he needs. So if someone wants to start, they can reach out to you on LinkedIn and then just like start the whole thing. It kind of like turned into like a commercial, but I just wanted to make sure that I understand exactly what you do now.
No, this is exactly what it is. Obviously, according to resources of the company or how large they are or what they actually search arbitrage to itself is also a pretty like a vague name, you know. Under this there are many types of activities, so it's also like yeah, exactly, like it's a good intro, you know, like I more or less like wherever the player um whatever the journey will be, I'll probably have been there. So most questions they have, I'm able to answer. And yeah, of course, like long years in the industry, I work with many of the components you need to run search arbitrage. So I come into the company and discuss with the people, and according to need, we sign, we start working, and yeah, recruitment systems, media buyers,
Okay, so
strategy, latest
I
stuff,
wanna,
you know.
yeah, I wanna, we went to a few events together on the Search Hub community, and I feel like it's the same questions, same answers. No one gives very direct. I want to make this a little bit harder on you, if I may.
Yeah,
I want to
shoot.
challenge you.
Honestly, it's also very, very interesting times in the industry. So it's
It
very
is.
good time to like question me, see if I have the answer. Yeah, like
Yeah.
so
So
I'll
let's start
happily
with.
take on.
Yeah, let's start with like a wide thing that doesn't have to do with the current times in the industry. There is 50% of people in my life that
Uh-huh.
say this industry is at risk, it's not stable. If you have a business, sell it, close it. It's you don't know what Google is going to do next. And 50% of the other side say Google is never gonna give up on that. When they say that they're gonna sunset something, it takes them a lot of time that they postpone it. Sometimes they cancel that cancellation. And people at the end of the day make money from it. People scale. And then those other 50% back going to them, they say, okay, look at the stocks, the System 1 stock, everything is plummeting, and it's without any correlation to the fact that System 1 is making plenty of money. It's making money on a daily basis and stuff like that. What do you have to say? What camp are you at? The first camp with like the negative stuff that says, give up on that industry, or are you more like optimistic and see that it's still making money and there is a future to it?
So I am on both sides really. Like in the middle would be a good place. Obviously, some of the products. First of all, search arbitrage has been an industry like older than me. I'm 15 years in the game, and it's an older industry. Like back in the day, they did search to search arbitrage. Today, they do social to search. So product is ever evolving and changing, but because it's been around so long, it tells me that so like what do? We look at previous data and try to predict the future. So past 15, 20 years data says that it's in the game. And yes, some products die, some new products come in, and Google usually have negative messaging about it. So so the trend says that there will be negative messaging from Google, and there will be always new products. This is what trend says. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, like when I hear these kinds of things, I think sometimes, when you're a business owner, when you're an investor or an entrepreneur and you're making money, I think that regardless if you work with clients, if you have an ice cream shop, or if you are in digital marketing, you're always afraid of the day that things are not gonna work. It's always like, okay, I managed to make money this month. What's gonna happen that month? The next month. I don't think anyone, unless you have a lot of money and really it doesn't really matter or touches you in any way. I don't think there is anyone who doesn't feel like that. But I wanted to hear from someone who's like deeper inside the industry. At the end of the day, if Google decides to stop it, then they're gonna stop it, and we can't do anything about it.
but
But
it doesn't only rely on Google. So there are other search partners. Currently, their share is smaller. Obviously, it's their monopoly. Yeah, we can say. But them withdrawing out of it will only give more room for Yahoo, Ask, Yandex. There are other search partners in the market as well. Their share is just like minimal at the moment. So Google, yeah, it's the god. Yeah, it makes the game rules. But if they withdraw, like. It still won't be over because it's a type of working, like it's not only a Google related system. Let's put it that way.
yeah, I mean, I understand that it's a whole ecosystem that people make money out of, and Google makes money out of it, and there is a lot of interest to every side. But I've also seen weird things like, Google doesn't want any kind of like liability, and sometimes if people run things that are extremely black or gray hat, then it might fall on Google at the end. So that could be something that's extremely problematic for them and a reason to close it.
So
And
it's
we have
true.
seen throughout the last 3 years, it's been trending up. People are running more and more black hat stuff and getting shut down more and more.
Mm. It's correct. So so this actually really brings us to the current situation where they want to kind of bring down one type of feed and bring up the others, the new feed. And yeah, Google's side is we always want it to be a quality activity, and they'll always push for quality. So if one product catches let's say that people figure out how to do fraud with it, they'll just move to a new product where they try to build a safe environment. It's the, like, it's like most things in online marketing, virus, antivirus. Like, the minute
Yeah.
virus is, I don't know,
Yeah, there's the
it
police
gets to
part and the
masses, then
thieves.
antivirus will have to come in, and then
Yeah, yeah.
chicken and
And
egg.
I understand that it's like police. I think that we're on the verge of really changing it with AI and stuff. I see with Meta, people who are running Black Hat, they're telling me that AI recognizes everything way ahead of when they start to run and stuff like that. So there is actually, um, you know, I don't think going on these conferences or events and saying, "Hey guys, you need to understand there's an advertiser at the end. Consider, be more considerate of the whole community because you're fucking everyone up, blah blah blah." I don't think that would work. I think that shutting down accounts would work. I think that charging back people who are doing that and not giving them the money that they are owed is a good punishment for people who run really black hat stuff. I'm not talking about the stuff that was done, by mistake and stuff like that. So that's very interesting. Okay, moving forward, I want to talk just a little bit about AFD. The transition to ALSOC. So I see like a certain percentage going urgently into LSOC, the people who were mostly focused on AFD till now. And then I see a certain amount of people that I hear from actually the platform side that is doing Amazon stuff, direct product stuff, and they have an agreement directly with the advertiser, the product owner sometimes. So where do you see, the first question is, where do you see AFD going? And the second thing is, what do you see working better if someone has to choose right now? They've been running AFD. Should they choose to go with the Amazon stuff or more also?
So I'll focus on the first question first. Where is AFD going? So according to messaging, they're trying to kill it. This is the how fast, if they will, there is always a par between the Google messaging and what they actually do in what speed they do as well. So what we see right now is a major feed distributors like Tonic, System One, Airfine, all them. They mainly stopped onboarding for AFD. So for a newcomer to get a AFD feed of themselves, it's pretty difficult now. They made that difficult, but at the same time, they underscore many times that they'll serve the whoever is running right now, and they are they're transferring clicks, receiving revenue, all that. They'll serve until the last click, so it won't one day stop. So in business, this is not how you close things anyhow. And in what speed is arguable, like from the feed side, they say there is a month to month, there is a change of 1 to 2%. And some people who run traffic, they're like, okay, this vertical we see dying, like jobs vertical and educational verticals used to be very, very big, and now they are dying apparently. So there is this messaging, there is turmoil. It's supposed to go down, but we are with the feed providers as well. We are for sure that it won't go down immediately. But they are urging everyone to move to the RSOC feed. When it comes to direct products, direct advertiser and stuff like that, I think for a newcomer to start going into the industry, this would be a good place to start. It's again click arbitrage, but if they want to test many verticals other than only e-commerce, they would have to work with RSOC, and the RSOC feed is kind of harder to come in and succeed at the moment. But it's on the verge of change. One should be dying and others should be. Some feed providers even they require AFD, whoever buys traffic to AFD, they require that they shut down the activity and move completely to RSOC. And I don't know how successful this approach as well is, giving someone just, okay, stop this system immediately and move to the
Yeah, an
other one.
ultimatum to do that. Yeah, and a date that they need to stop.
So for big media buyers I don't know, consist of operations and operation running people, this kind of immediate switch is not possible anyhow. It means to change knowledge system automation deals. It means to change a lot of things. So if I have to sum it up, if you are running right now, I wouldn't be too worried, but I would be a little bit worried. I would be a little bit worried that
I mean, I see
slowly
an
go down
interesting
and
thing.
slowly building new things.
Yeah, you're saying it's gonna fade in and fade out. It's not gonna be, closed by the minute.
So I would say 2025 it'll be only be going down. If they do what they say they want to do, I think this is the speed. Cause look, they had messaging was clear for the 20th of March, if I recall correctly. And since then, we didn't see any significant drop. In some places, people complain that they're seeing drop, but we didn't see some immense
Yeah,
drop.
but it's not outside of the normal complaints that people saw drops and stuff. I mean,
True.
that for
Actually, day to day, it can drop even more. It's very volatile industry. So day to day, it can. So it's even hard to say. You would have to really have several months data to be able to say really it dropped or not. Really.
so the thing is that I see a very interesting angle because I also advertise on Google. I actually buy media. So with new accounts that I open up, with
Yeah,
new
you tell
campaigns,
me. This side, I don't see much. It's
yeah, yeah,
interesting. Yeah.
I know. That's why I'm saying it's like an interesting angle to it. And I do see that they've changed the UI so it automatically selects exclude parked domains.
Mhm.
And I am sure that 90% of people who open up a campaign on Google don't see that. They won't unselect it. You know what I mean? Some smart advertisers used to select it so they don't get the parked domain traffic if it wasn't converting for them. But now it's auto selected. So the reason why you don't see it drop is that most of the stuff is old accounts, but the newer stuff that's going to open up, newer stuff is going to open up. Older stuff is going to get shut down throughout time. So it might take even a year to really feel an impact. But then again, that's going to average out by the people who get out of RSOC as well. So, out of AFD into RSOC. So you're gonna see probably throughout a certain amount of time even better results because of the competition. You know what I mean?
But as a huge advertiser, you really tell me, like, in what case, if you have a product and a Google account that you've been working for long years and spent millions on it, in what case you would change this account? Like, in what case you would open a new account
Yeah, that's
and
why I'm saying the old accounts, they're gonna stay and spend, and probably, they won't open up new accounts on that specific project. But what happens throughout time is that projects, they get shut down and new products get up. So it might drop, first year from 100 to 90, the second year to 70, but there is going to be an increase of new accounts throughout time.
So I agree with this point of view, but there's also this point of view. Actually, on the 20th, the previous messaging, actually, it said that it's supposed to opt people out automatically, and then if they want, they can opt in again manually by themselves. So this was the final. That's why everyone was scared. Okay, like people be opt out by like without even going to any settings.
Yeah.
And but on the other side of the medallion, obviously there are some industries really enjoy this traffic. Yeah, otherwise it wouldn't exist. And the smart media buyer, as you like pointed out, smart media buyer who actually knows their settings, like actually these are the media buyers you want to work with anyhow, who basically gets opt out and opts in again, you already know that they're willing to pay for this traffic. So it may actually down the line increase the quality in terms of like leave only the quality advertiser there, but the competition would be higher. Like,
I don't think it's gonna leave the quality advertiser there. I mean, if you're running performance campaigns, I have not seen an account where it's converting actually. If you are running kind of like you're more of like an awareness, branding, stuff like that, that's probably very cheap and high quality traffic if it comes from TikTok, from Facebook, stuff like that. So it's like you have to do like an average, I don't know where, it sits, but for performance campaigns, it's probably much better for sure.
much better to like have it opt out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So
that's what I've seen. I haven't seen anyone who's doing, you know, I'm focused on park domain traffic. Let me,
but
grab everything.
you are saying this considering, let's say, which products you've tried that you came to this type of like conclusion. But
It's not just my products, it's also people that I consulted. I've seen plenty of Google Ads account. And also I've never seen a placement like that actually convert for me for the price that I actually needed. Because at the end of the day, the advertiser think of that he needs to pay a very, very expensive CPC because at the end of the day, it comes from Facebook. And, Google has to do some kind of like arbitrage on that because they're selling it for more in order to pay the publisher who's doing the arbitrage. It's not going to be like, the cheaper traffic on Google would be the mobile apps, games, stuff like that. That's very, very cheap traffic on Google and GDN also. Depends on which GDN traffic and which country, of course, and stuff. But in general, it's an ROI correlation between the CPC conversion rate and ROI that you get at the end as an advertiser. But it's definitely interesting to see where this is gonna go, because I have some very smart people that tell me this industry is dead. But then again, it's crazy because they say it about everything. Affiliate marketing is dead. Agencies are dead. Email is dead. SMS is dead, and people still make money from it. Is it harder? Sometimes. Does it change? Yeah, definitely. It changes every time, but it doesn't mean that it's dead.
So I agree with you. Like, and look, two people like many years in the industry. Things according to like what I understand, and it's not only for search arbitrage. Things really change form, get bigger and smaller, but dying like it doesn't happen much. Like even like there are very very good examples. I know like some big change happens in the marketplace. For example, TikTok comes in or something like that. They go out of business, almost get very, very small, and then slightly change the product and whatever, and come back in the market. So, I think it's changing form. I think RSOC will, for myself, from my point of view, I see RSOC is a very, very huge playground. That's good. Like once people will have access and the product will be more stable, which this is what they're working on. I think this will present even bigger opportunity, because then people will be able to use the power of AI when informing or building funnels, and they'll build better funnels, and there'll be more traffic sources in the game. So for RSOC, and it will be even more exclusive, so it'll be very very hard to get. You'll need a good domain and stuff like that. So I think RSOC is in a very good like projectile, I would say. And AFD, yeah, like if it works for you
Yeah,
these days,
I'm
run
not
it.
married to AFD. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If you need to make an adjustment, you need to make an adjustment. I want to ask you something. So I feel like I created another video, and I said that, the pros and cons of search arbitrage are the same in terms of the fact that it's very easy to get in. So it's definitely a pro, but it's also a con because it's very easy for everyone else to get in. So it has a lot more competition and a lot more, people who are running stuff that they shouldn't run, and a lot more compliance and stuff like that. Um, I feel like in order to win with search arbitrage in a meaningful way, you need to have an advantage. And an advantage could be cashback that you get from the platforms. An advantage could be a very, very competitive rev share, because the feeds don't start you with the maximum that they can. And some of them, or most of them, don't even transparently tell you how much they give you. And then the other one would be technology. And I wanted to ask you specifically, you've seen plenty of dashboards, plenty of stuff that people did. What was one or two features that you saw that were like stuff that you've seen and you said, wow, this is like very unique and it actually works and it made like a big difference?
Yeah, very, very good question. Obviously we are specifically talking about AFD here, or because there are people
Could be
who already
whatever, a
built a lot
feature
of
that you've
products
seen.
for. Okay, so good RSOC management when it comes to domains and CIDs. I understand like this is something unique. There are some companies do that really, really well. Actually, it's my next meeting. Like I'm speaking to a system. Honestly, we should definitely talk about it offline. There's a very, very good system out there. But one thing that really surprised me, again, I won't drop here names, like I will like in private happily. Guys built like it's not super unique, but how it did it was insane, I think. The campaign opener that opens campaigns automatically. So it sounds like a nightmare, right? Like you go to sleep and the machine opens your
Yeah.
campaigns.
And you
So
wake up and you're
obviously,
like $200,000 in debt.
yeah, exactly. Obviously, it closes automatically as well, and like they obviously like it's in a test environment for a long time, but eventually like released. Wow. So like they really believed in spikes. Yeah. Like this is how we built from the beginning the entire system. That like okay, good system. I feel like month to month you can keep like a low margin for good if you have a good system. But when you look at it yearly, it's all about like utilizing those spikes. So this guy, like their machine, basically, when it identifies opportunity in terms of keyword and type of campaign pixel, like yada yada. I don't know how safe this is to say, but like it would open new accounts, like new accounts on Facebook and TikTok, whatever it might be, new campaigns, new like creative that works, create iterations to the creative, and then applies into the campaign. Like while in your sleep, this is what the machine does. I'm like, it's nuts, like it's like 10 people's work over one night. Machine does by itself, and first couple of hours of data, and the data is not very accurate. It knows like it has like bold adjustment, so basically it's a Facebook software killer. Like it opens tons of campaigns, and if it's not good within first few hours, according to their very bold rules, like if it's not profitable by 110%, like it kills it all. So like it sees opportunity, it
Wait,
drops
wait, you're breaking up for a
500
second.
campaigns,
Can you
it
repeat the
kills
last sentence?
480 campaigns, and then you wake up and like a lot happened, like
Wait,
it's
wait,
crazy.
Sami, you have to go back and say it again. You said if it's not profitable by 110%,
No, I'm making up.
I
Just
think you have the
the
issues with
crazy
your
part to
internet.
me was crazy part to me that it
Wait, now
you
you're
you
back.
don't
Now you're
like you
back.
don't even
Say it again.
click
So
on any, like
110%,
you
if
don't
it's
do
not
anything. Your
profitable,
media
then
buyers, everyone is sleeping, and the system opens a lot of campaigns by itself. Like this was crazy to me. I think you froze. Did you freeze?
I didn't have issues. I think it was on your end.
Yeah, I'm
Can you
not
hear me
sure.
now?
Yeah, it works for me now.
Okay,
Like.
okay. So just go back a tiny bit. I heard the last part, but I didn't hear the 110%. If it's not doing 110%, then it kills it. It has like bold adjustments.
Yeah, it has like very safe adjustments. I don't remember exactly like ROI, or like I don't know how many clicks passed. Like I don't exactly remember the rule, but the fact that they gave it permission to like open campaigns by itself, to me, like and
Crazy.
also like amount of campaigns as well, to me was like by itself it basically drops something like, I don't know, 200 campaigns and kills like 195 like within
Wow,
couple of hours.
that's amazing. It
The
actually
insane,
is a
yeah.
very smart feature because I feel like, motivating media buyers to buy and pushing them into buying, and it's sometimes it's a grind, and sometimes they don't make any money, so it's very hard. But listen, bro, I love talking to you always, and I feel like we do need to make at least another episode because people are very interested in that space. I know that you have another meeting. I have another meeting, so I will close it here, and I'll try and upload this as fast as possible. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks a lot for having me. And yeah, whenever you are free, we can have another
Yeah,
session,
yeah, we're
another thing.
definitely. If you like this episode and you reached until this point, make sure that you comment below and say that you want Sami to be on another episode, and we'll do another one.
Thanks, guys.